Ooh, I'm looking a little rough, y'all. But even when I have no time and I'm traveling for work and I'm in a hotel, exhausted, I made a commitment. Okay. I made a commitment to do my Transformation Tuesday videos. So I'm following through on my commitments. So it's been a week since my first Transformation Tuesday. By the way, I have a mask on my face. It's an overnight mask by Peter Thomas Roth. It's the cilantro and orange peel. I don't sleep in it though, even though it is an overnight mask. But I try to leave it on for like an hour or so at night and then I'll rinse it off. I don't like overnight masks. Do y'all like overnight masks? I just can't seem to get the lighting right in here. I had to film my 10 days of foundation, $10 or less. So I had to do my wrap up or my final thoughts on a foundation. The lighting was horrible. It still is horrible. But anyway, this is more of a chill video. So this is me chilling in my DKNY robe that's like 6 years old and my hair up and my mask on. This is me. This is the real me. That's what I guaranteed that you would get on Transformation Tuesday videos, not all the makeup frou-frou highlighter going on that costs more than my dinner. Just me. So it's been a week since the first Transformation Tuesday. Have I transformed any since then? No. No, I haven't. I haven't even done a good job watching what I eat. I say as I drink a Coke. It's really not been a good week at all. Um, if you're squeamish, you should probably exit this video now. But last week I kept saying, I'm getting sick, I'm getting sick, I'm getting sick. I felt terrible all week. I was convinced I was getting this bug that was going around, or I was getting a cold. Like one day I was freezing, I was shivering so bad I turned the heat on. Like I was just a whiny, whiny bitch all week. I just didn't feel good. And Friday I ended up taking off like half a day from work because I just felt that bad. And then I started my period. And it all made sense. Like I just have them really bad and I'm in a lot of pain. It makes me physically sick, like fevers, and it's this whole ordeal. But so there was no transformation last week. Um, I did work out once with my personal trainer, so there's that. I don't know that one workout really didn't even cancel out this Coke I'm drinking. Mm. But I said that in my Transformation Tuesday videos. I said there's going to be some good, there's going to be some bad, there's going to be some ugly, and there's going to be some celebrations. And this week is just not a celebratory week. And I'm traveling this week for work, traveling next week for work. So I expect it to be very challenging. I did a pretty good job today watching what I ate. I mean, this Coke um, doesn't show that, but I really did. It's just that when I finally got into the hotel, I was hungry. I had a headache, so I just grabbed a Coke out of the little market they have there at the checkout or check-in. So anyway, so that's how my week went. Um, I just didn't feel good this week. A lot of it was, me starting. I do think I was fighting off something, and I just had a bad week. And I got kind of snippy with the family sometimes. I tried not to, but it happens. You know, you get in these moods and you don't want to tell your family, I just need you to go away. I just I just need everyone to go away, 'cause you're mom and you can't act like that. But when you have anxiety, when you battle depression and you can feel these moods come on, you don't want to deal with people. You absolutely don't want to deal with people. And there was one point this week where I was at the brink. You know what I mean? It's like this line, and on the inside you can feel it becoming that moment where you could just lose your shit. And that's really when you battle anxiety and depression, there's almost this constant emotion of trying to control it. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's so hard to explain unless other people understand it. But it's like your insides feel your emotions happening. It's happening and it's coming. And so you're in this battle with your emotional side saying, don't let it overcome me. Don't let it become an issue. I've got this. I can control this. You know what I mean? And it's like you're tinkering. And so I finally had some alone time and I was sitting in my living room and I was just trying to watch TV. And really, I was just trying to control my emotions so that it did not result in really what I should have done in that moment was went and took some medicine. But I'm trying really hard to not take medicine. But I should have. No, no, I shouldn't have because I did breathe in and breathe out. My camera keeps doing something funky, huh? I hope it's not so bad on the playback, but I did control it. I've got to give myself the kudos. I did control it. I snapped at my son and my husband. Just, I don't even think they noticed it. Like, I think they noticed it, but it didn't bother them or it didn't affect them or they didn't think anything crazy about it. But so that's another issue with anxiety is after these moments happen, you worry. Did I hurt their feelings? Did I upset them? Did I make them mad? Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have said. And it's like you replay that moment over and over and over in your head when to them it probably wasn't even that big of a deal. But to me, so they were in the living room and I was trying to watch TV and they were like joking and arguing. It was playful arguing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right in front of the TV. And I'm having this like emotional breakdown on the inside, but I'm trying not to show it, trying to control it, trying to keep myself in check, right? And I really just want to be alone in the living room. And I finally say, can y'all take this conversation somewhere else? And they just look at me like, whoa. But they laughed it off. And I, I think I did a good job, even though I snapped at them a little bit. I did a good job. They never realized the emotion and anxiousness that I felt on the inside. It it didn't show. They didn't realize it. And eventually I was either able to calm myself down and all was right with the world. And that's really what I'm trying to do. And I'm doing a better and better job of it. But y'all know when you get those when you or when I do, I don't know if this is the same for everybody, but when I can feel my anxiety coming on, it starts out, my heart starts racing. And my heart will race for, you know, 10, 15, 20, 30, 45 minutes. And I try to breathe through it. Try to breathe through it. Sometimes I can calm myself down and that heart racing is as bad as it will get. But if I can't and it starts racing more and more and more and more, then it's like I can't breathe. And so I'm, and usually that's when I will remove myself from a situation, right? So that's when I will go into the bedroom or I'm gonna go take a bath. You know what I mean? Like I do these things just to remove myself from family or whatever. Um, I go try to be alone. And usually I can calm myself down. Um, but if I can't, then I'll start crying. And once I start crying, it's all over. Like if the tears come, I've got to find my pill bottle. Because once the tears start coming, I can't calm myself down. It's done. Um, the heart continues to race. I'm crying. I can't stop. Um, and so I'll take my anxiety medication and eventually it will calm me down. There have been instances that that didn't even work. And there was this one instance, you know, I told y'all last week about the time that I lived in a hotel for like 7 months in Alabama. And it started out just like that. There's nothing wrong with me. Like I'm having a great morning, I'm getting ready for work, and then the heart starts racing, and I'm like nothing triggered it. There was no trigger, and I'm breathing through it, I'm breathing through it, and then I start crying, and I'm trying to calm myself down, and I'm crying, and I'm all ready for work, and I'm sitting. There was this desk in the hotel room that was right off from the front door, and I'm sitting at the desk and I'm crying and I'm breathing hard and I'm trying to catch my breath and I'm trying to calm myself down and I'm, you know, and for 30 minutes I sat at this desk and now I'm late for work. Like now I'm not even going to be able to get to work on time. And when you're in an anxiety attack and you realize, oh my gosh, I'm going to be late, what does that do? It sends you into more anxiety. So I'm breathing through it. I'm crying. I'm trying to slow my breathing. And finally, I just called my boss and I was like, I'm having an anxiety attack. I mean, I'm crying and panting, you know, breathing hard on the phone with her. I'm having an anxiety attack. I can't come to work. I can't. And, you know, I'm panicking on the phone with her. I'm staring at the door and I'm trying to make myself leave and I just can't walk out the door and, you know, and she's like, just take the day off. Just rest. Right. And I hung up the phone with her. And then, so you play all these things in your head. Then I'm like, oh my God, you're such an idiot. I cannot believe you had to take a day off of work just because you couldn't get your shit together. You know, this is what you're telling yourself in your head. And and so it's making my anxiety attack worse. Not a panic attack. It's anxiety, which they are different. People say, some people think they're the same thing. They're not the same thing. So I'm just, and so I finally am able to remove myself from the desk and I go get in the bathtub and I just sit there in a hot bubble bath and I just until I can just calm my freaking self down. It's the craziest thing. If you've never explained an anxiety attack, it's impossible to explain to someone. Um, but I finally was able to calm myself down. And I get out of the bed, my hands are tingling. I got hives all over. Like it's just this whole, and I lay down on the bed. And let me tell you, an anxiety attack is exhausting. It's exhausting. I passed out and slept for 3 hours. Slept for 3 hours. So, anyway, so it was a rough week. And there were moments I could feel my heart start to race. But I'm doing a really good job at being able to calm myself down and no one sees it. Like there's only been a couple of times that I would say I'm going to go to the bed. Like I remove myself from my family. And they probably won't even realize that's why I'm doing it until they watch this video. And my husband will be like, Autumn, why didn't you tell me? And it's not that I don't want to tell anybody. It's not that. But I am working hard to calm myself in those moments. And if I'm having that moment and I go to my mom or I go to my husband and I tell them that, I'm having a moment, I'm starting to have an anxiety attack, a number of things are going to happen. They're going to say the wrong thing to no fault of their own. Because there's no telling what the wrong thing could be. Like, I can't tell you this would be the wrong thing to say because in that moment, I mean, you could give me a hug and I could tell you it's the wrong thing, but they'll say the wrong thing or they'll comfort or baby me. And I think that will make it worse. So I've got to learn to control it on my own. And I think I did a good job this weekend and this week. I do. I think I did a good job. Um, so Transformation Tuesday, not a good story to tell in the way of weight loss and fitness. But those stories are coming, don't you worry. But Transformation Tuesday in the way of learning to control my anxiety. There is a good story to tell. I'm getting there. Uh, I'm getting there. So, day by day. Next Tuesday, I will have a good fitness or weight loss story to share. I promise. All right. Have a good rest of your week.